All right, diving in further in the chart Spotify provides, let's now look at the pie chart. So pie chart is pretty straightforward. You can choose different categories and sector size by. If you choose, let's say, sector size by units in stock, probably you'll see different percentages. And if you choose it by units in order, percentages would change. You can even choose to, show in the label you want to show sector value or percentage or both, right? So all these options are pretty handy in here. You can choose to which matrix the sector size by should happen, and even you can choose the different colors, and in the size you can choose the pie size. How the pie size would change basis on the matrix that you choose. All these options are pretty common across different visualizations. Let's now go and have a look at the scatter plot. All right, let's remove the pie chart and let's have a look at the scatter plot. It pretty much shows the comparison in two different matrices, that is both on the x and the y axis, compared to a particular category. So you see that the unit price is going in the x direction and units in stock is going in y direction, and we are seeing what are the outliers for a particular category, right? So you see that usually it all follows the good trend that if the unit price is high, we keep the units in stock low, and if the unit price is low, we keep the units in stock pretty high. And these are the ones where we have both units in stock and unit price low as well. If something that you find over here in this particular area, you might say that that can be an outlier where unit price is as well high and units in stock is as well high. So this is the beauty of scatter plot. There are the options. You see there are a whole lot of options, you can choose the what shape do you want. Let's say you do not want this, you want stars, so it would show stars. Whatever you want to color it on, let's say category or anything probably, right? So all these labels and colors and x-axis and y-axis and everything that can be customized in this particular scatter plot. All right. Now let's also have a look at map chart. So map charts are pretty common across different BI tools, and Spotfire as well does a neat job in providing you a pretty good map chart. And let's look at by employees. Where do we have? Okay, so let it do some automatic geocoding, and it then comes up. All right. So since we had the geo map columns, right? So it has automatically come up with all these. So let's say we change the some by, or let it be. So this is how perhaps the map chart in Spotify comes up. It's pretty good and it gives you all the information. You can do a hover upon and look at all the values, the matrix that you are. Even if you go to properties and go to layers and go to settings for this particular layer, in the tooltip you can probably add more tooltips, right? Not just what are the default ones. So all these settings that are available here, you can definitely do. Only thing you have to keep in mind is you must have some geocoding columns, right, which should be present in your set of columns. It should be a country, it could be a continent, it could be postal codes, it could be anything, but most of these are based upon the values in your column. So you see that here the marker by is done by the postal code, and that's why it has got correctly over here the Seattle, Olympia, and all of these. So these are map charts, pretty handy. You can choose these layers and all of this, and it's pretty good. You can do more experiment around it, and I'm sure you would love creating map charts. I love creating map charts in Spotfire. So in the next section, let's look at further on the more